Good afternoon, 9th of February 2021. Disruption, digital currency. This is a video that I really wanted to make to explain a little bit reasons why I believe digital currency disruption it's a reality, and as a matter of fact yesterday Tesla put $1.5 billion in January in Bitcoin. Well, I believe that Ethereum is going to be much more interesting because the price is 140. Therefore, the exponential increase of price it has is much bigger, and also the decrease in the percentage. As a statistician and mathematician, I believe that is always harder to fall from 40k than from 1k. Of course, if you are as rich as Tesla, then you can. But if you are then not as the rest of humans, perhaps a safer way is to go 1.4k, and the risk is much less and the potential much bigger. That's my personal point of view. But the question is that imagine we have our dear European Monetary Fund, I believe it is Ms. Lagarde, and she is printing money. And well, you see, imagine they print 1 billion euros. And then, of course, the first one to get 1 million euros is Lagarde's wage. Then you look around and there is 27 national banks, which of course they also have the right of being paid. And then we have then the Spanish central bank, this central bank, that central bank. Then they have buildings. In these buildings, we have security secretaries, we have, I don't know, all kinds of job descriptions. So, while they are printing this money, then simply the monetary fund, the European in this case, could be in any other country, then while they print the money, of course, first in, first out. Therefore, the European monetary wages department, the finance department, they get the wages out of this printing. So of course they want to print more money because they get this money. I mean, if Lagarde and all these other from Europe's financial system then would get paid zero, of course I wouldn't mind them printing because this money is for citizens of Europe. But then if they continue printing, then for example we have the Brussels government. You see, I don't know what they do there, but of course these guys also, they get the first say euro, and they have to look around and see how many people there get more money out of this. So, and they have to keep on printing, you see, because they spend it faster than they print it. That's called inflation. And then we have these local governments. It's only 27 countries, only 27. For example, in Spain, there is 50,000 buildings and full of politicians, government officials, and then you have these institutions, like you have this central government, Basque government, the province, the council, and the European government, sorry, 5, with different presidents, parliaments, and the senates, and there is everywhere. And they have, like in the case of Spain, I think is 15,000 public cars, so you have to keep on printing to pay for the cars, 15,000 cars and the maintenance, and then someone has to drive the car for doing nothing. So let's keep on printing, and then of course we have elections. Oh yes, of course, let's have elections. Then how much did these elections cost? Well, the lives of so many people got infected because coronavirus. Well, we don't mind about lives of humans. Let's print so that we have more money for elections, you see? And so it becomes really complicated, and they print it and spend it, they print it and spend it. Of course, then the last of the queue is the pension. And that's why I wanted to talk to you about this digital currency disruption. Then, if you were to have a pension, would you invest your pension in this printing money, European, however they call it, spending people, and European bank, and then so that by the time you get retired, there is no money, or money, then it was worth, say, 1 Bitcoin, and now suddenly money is worth 0,00000 Bitcoins. So if it was my retirement pension, I would put all my money into Bitcoin, cause I have nothing to lose. Why? Because I have no management expenses. This is digital currency. There is no government going to steal my money. There is no public impostors going to get the wages for doing nothing. There is simply just digital money that I can really separate it from everybody else, and I can keep it stored for compound value in the long term. And this is why the digital currency is growing so much. The rest of central banks, they will keep imprinting, and then they will give to the European Monetary Fund, the World Monetary Fund, the Spanish Monetary Fund, the Basque government, and then they issue debt equal to GDP, so the debt will grow. In this digital currency, there is no debt. So it's very simple, and that's why I would really recommend, I believe that Tesla made a good decision, and that corporate companies slowly will put their investments in little cash flows. In the future, this will grow. There is another sector that I did not speak about. This sector is called the Inquisition. This is the people that occupy these public buildings. They do nothing, and they have the justice to cover that everything they do, they can do hands-free risk. They can put you a fine for not presenting VAT. They can put you a fine for not presenting Social Security. They can put you a fine for not making your income tax. They can put you a fine for, and this is really harassment from governments. It really should be accounted for, accountability. Whenever they print this money, then of course it is the central banks, the first ones to get out of it. Then we have the governments get out of it. Then they get the same proportion of debt, which is illegal. I did not allow no one to get debt on my behalf. And did I? Did you allow them to ask for debt? This is in digital currencies not going on. But then again, if they don't have enough with this printing, of course, you took a little part of utility, of profit, which you wanted to invest in employing more people, and these Inquisition public governments go and suddenly put you fines to harass, to steal away from you. Well, I believe that these digital currencies don't steal the money out of you up to now. Perhaps in the future they do. As a matter of fact, it's the other way, is that people forget the passwords, because this is the only risk that I see in that respect. So then these are the real reasons why printing money is very nice, but for those that print the money, the government, you see, if you could print money, then perhaps could you please give me my 250,000 euros fines that the Inquisition, different institutions have put to my company in the last 10 years? Then how much more fines your neighbors, your judges are going to put to you? because having a sentence of 7 years is giving you a fine. In digital currency, you have your account, you know how much money it is, you know the stock value and the value of your investment. That's it. It's instant. See? So everything that is not instant, it costs, it involves humans printing money, which is not you. I mean, I would not mind if you printed your own money, but then if that was the case, probably would there be anything left? Well, this is the situation of inflation today, of inquisition, of debt of governments, and this is not really controlled now because they don't have a code of ethics. Like, countries cannot get debt, countries must have a 5% tax, countries must share the costs of health, education, and security, and we should not have any public buildings because Bitcoin does not have any public buildings. I guess the microprocessors and the computers, yes, but that's all. And that's why I wanted to make this video to explain to you that it could be that the risk is the humans printing. This is the risk. How much? Well, if they get a debt the same amount, it is 100% risk. And therefore, this is not very strange that companies will start investing into digital currencies so the inquisition, the fines, and the inefficient governments don't get hold of their money because that's what they want. They don't have enough of this. It's just too much, too much. So this is for your pension. If you're a public worker, okay, you got what you deserve. You should go to the light. You should go to the private companies so that perhaps you can invest in your retirement. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Goodbye.